Hi, so recently I've been hearing this a lot on YouTube and Twitter.
Oh my god, how is video games a sport? Are you retarded?
No, I just think they're both very...
No. You don't do anything physical. All you do is look at a screen.
But you move your eyes and hands. There's a physical interaction.
No, you're saying that equals getting tackled.
Sports doesn't have a specific...
Well, that doesn't matter. Oh my god, you're so stupid. I can't believe I'm arguing this. You are going to ruin sports.
Ruin sports? How does getting a new form of entertainment mainstream going to destroy sports?
It degrades all people who worked hard to get into the NBA and the NFL and the Olympics to be associated with nerds like you who play games.
But don't you play games?
That isn't the point, faggot. You guys are so fucking...
Okay, stop. This is pretty much every single argument I've heard on social media regarding this subject. Sad, isn't it? It seems that people have a lot of hidden motives and feelings behind this topic, normally because of two things. One, change is involved, or two, they were personally involved in sports sometime in their life and they feel like their dedication and work they put into the said sport is about to be diminished. Let me say this now. I am really just unbiased. I have no solid view on this topic. I, unlike a lot of people, can see both sides of the argument and can agree with both of them to a degree. So let me show you what I see, and maybe we can all come to a compromise. Just a heads up, this can get pretty deep, so prepare your mind for this. Let's look at both sides of this argument and see at the end if we can come up with some sort of compromise. First things first, we have to address what is the definition of a sport. Well, if you Google it, it's right there on the front page. A sport is an activity involving physical exertion and a skill in which an individual or team competes against one another or others for entertainment. Does any game we know cover this? I am going to point for the defense of esports and say yes it does. I'll be using League of Legends as my main example. Is it an activity? Yes. Does it involve physical exertion? Yes, to a point. And does it have skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment?
It all comes down to this. One final best-of-5 series between SK Telecom T1 and Royal Club, in front of a sold-out Staples Center crowd, to see who would be crowned the Season 3 World Champions and have their names inscribed on the Summoners Cup forever.
Yeah, I think we can safely say yes. So in the pure definition, yes, gaming can in fact be a sport. Now, let's get even deeper than that. I know the main point people want me to point out is the degree of the physical exertion being dealt. The problem with this point is that you interjected your opinion into the definition, thus no longer making it objective but opinionated. As it currently states, the official definition of a sport does not have a minimum requirement in order for an activity to qualify as a sport. Even if some sort of regulation is necessary for this point, it would be safe to say that the Olympics are the definitive voice in deciding if something is a sport or not some anchor or president of ESPN, because again, they have a bias towards their business. Not to mention the fact that they even showed a competitive Dota match on their main ESPN channels. So the Olympics are the closest you get to officials when it comes to sports, and is definitely the highest point a human can compete for glory, right? So I think it's important to point out that chess, yes chess, is officially a sport deemed by the International Olympics Committee. You can Google it. Okay, so if chess is officially deemed a sport, why can't League of Legends be a sport? Well, chess is strategy, yes. And so is StarCraft 2, and one can even argue League of Legends requires plays and strategies very familiar to plays in football and basketball. Both of them have players who have specific roles, they all have different stats, and everyone playing has different skill gaps. Like Faker's probably the Michael Jordan of League of Legends, similar to how fellow YouTubers and gamers like to give themselves their own tags like the Michael Jordan of gaming. The next argument is some say that gaming is a form of entertainment. Yes, and so is sports. Going out with your friends to the park to play football is entertainment. It is casual play. Watching the game on TV is entertainment. Same with gaming. Playing a game of normals of League of Legends is casual play. Watching it on TV is entertainment. It can be applied both ways. Everybody can throw darts, but not as precise as others, and everybody can play Counter-Strike, but not as precise as others. Most people like to just debate that a sport requires a physical component or not. I do personally believe that a sport should require some physical fitness, but that doesn't make professional gaming any less of a cutthroat competition, valid of its sponsorships and prestige that comes with being the best. Now, one can in fact argue that an obese gamer and an underweight gamer are equally capable of high-level performance in gaming, and that can diminish the point that gaming has true physical exertion. However, the counter to that can be that any competitive game that requires some physical trait to be developed to a very high level is a sport. Arguably, golf is not a very athletically intense sport, but it requires a ton of refinement of the physical skills required to be good at it. I tend to view professional gaming similarly. It's not athletically intensive, but it does require a lot of training to be fast, precise, and dexterous enough to play at a top level. Combine that with intense focus and fast thinking and decision-making skills involved in the pro level of gaming, and I think it qualifies. Now, even going farther than this, on a deeper philosophical level, the question is really meaningless. Sport has no objective, unambiguous, specific definition. It is a cultural concept that changes in the meaning of definition on time, culture, fashion, and many other factors. It is nothing more than physical actions which are all spawned from the mental capacity of the brain. Let me break it down. Let's take Jim, who's about to move a chess piece, and Jerry, who's about to begin skiing. Both actions spring from subconsciously triggered impulses in the brain. Strokes and chess moves are in fact from the same source, brain impulses. And just like that, we just compared apples to oranges. As you can see, both sides have their points, but through the use of logic and facts, there is a very strong point that can be made that some games can in fact be labeled as sports. Honestly, it might just be a matter of time before some forms of professional gaming are deemed as an official sport. But even if you are still in disbelief, think about technology. We are pushing to make gaming more realistic. Check out this video of a person playing Battlefield 3 on treadmill. He's exerting physical energy like track and field and using both physical activity and mental activity in his purest form to play a video game. This is the future, and it could really be only a matter of years before the fiction of video game high school actually becomes reality. To close, I found this Reddit comment that really hits it on the nail. It's the same thing with marriage. People don't want video games to be called sports, just like how people don't want gay marriage to be called marriage. The original definitions come into play in the arguments, but in reality, they are the same damn thing. And even if we have to compromise, esports is not sport. It is called electronic sports, and that is the title that should still stand. The only difference I feel that needs to be made as a compromise is that people who play more physical sports like football and basketball and track and field should be awarded a different gold medal, one that shows that they put their dedication and time towards that style of sport and is rewarded with that kind of reward. And for gamers who also compete on a high-end level, they should also receive a gold medal, but have it labeled as the gaming gold to show that they put their dedication and time towards that style of sport instead. That way, both sides still have their prestige. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope this opened your mind to the true conversation behind esports and gaming. Simple, honest, and factual. We have also left a link below to a Reddit one guy set up asking the question, so if you want to talk about the conversation more with your fellow peers, you are more than welcomed. Gaming is evolving and so is the world. Either way you look at it, you should be proud as a gamer that this conversation is even happening. I mean, compared to years ago when gamers were outcast and considered losers, gaming is now popular and an important experience for society. See you later, and keep it gaming.